systems are offline.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
It's alive!
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Meddling kid. Trace the call. It's coming from inside the
Be
house.
afraid. Be very.
How's it going, people, and welcome to another episode of Adventures in Murderland. We are an LGBTQ plus true crime comedy podcast hosted by me, Mike James, and the Brittany to my Christina, Alan Cassidy.
Hello.
Hello. That one worked, right? Brittany to Christina?
Yeah.
That worked. I thought of that because, you may be the one that people like more, but come on, I'm the more talented one out of the two.
No. Don't diss Brittany.
I'm not dissing Brittany. I really love Brittany. Brittany's, and I think she's probably worth more than Christina, right? Yeah.
Well, she's done like the Vegas gigs and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so.
she's definitely got a lot more in her bank account than
again, maybe not with the
maybe
whole 2007 thing that went on. So
I don't know, but this is not, as you may be led to believe, a Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera review podcast. This is a true crime podcast where we talk about murders and grizzly shit like that. Yeah,
I've got a little confession to make.
Did you murder someone?
No.
Have you bought me something nice?
No.
Oh.
On the last episode,
yes,
you told me to discuss something.
Oh, yeah, I've given you, I give you the responsibility of coming up with some sort of conversation topic or point of conversation. Oh, by the way, anyone, if you want to just jump straight to the murder while we shoot the breeze for the first sort of 10 minutes or so, I'll put the time code in the show notes down below if you want to do that. But otherwise, yeah, I asked you to come up with a conversation topic of some sort for us, and you did it?
I forgot.
Oh, fuck. Are you serious? I thought you were actually gonna say, and here is this juicy nugget of information that I'm gonna lay on you, and no,
I completely forgot.
Okay.
I will do it for next time now. Next week, I actually will hold you to a promise on that one.
Don't make promises you can't keep.
No, I actually will hold you to a promise on that one.
Well, all of the thousands of millions of listeners that we have are going to tune in exclusively just for your little partaking of information.
I guess there's one thing that we can say. Is that we're going to be...
the pride thing?
What?
Are you talking about the pride thing?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, go on, you say it.
That we're going to be in the March.
The March Playboy edition?
Yeah, the Pride March.
What? The March Playboy? The Manchester Gay Pride Parade.
You literally took me off balance then when you just did that.
Sorry, I do apologise. Yes, so yeah, we're going to be marching our little tootsies off for the first time ever, August 25th.
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun. First time we've ever been in a march. We've observed it from a distance amongst the rustly, bustly, sweaty crowds before, but we've never actually partaked in the actual march itself. I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know if we're going to look crazy because we have to get up super early, right, to sort of prepare for it.
I think it's going to be we'll have to be up about 7 o'clock in the morning.
Ugh, fuck. Which is, waking up at 7 o'clock in the morning isn't necessarily the worst thing in the world, but when you know you've got to wake up at 7 o'clock and immediately sort of burn rubber and start fucking energizing yourself and shit. Oh, fuck. I don't know how proud I'm gonna look after waking up at that time, but yeah, I don't know. I think we'll do a good job. I will try and put some pictures up if we can, but I don't know if we'll be able to.
You'll be able to.
We should be able to, right? We should be able to do some stuff. So apart from doing our March Pride Parade thingy, anything else we're doing? Our lives are pretty boring normally, right?
Yeah, they usually are.
I guess so. That's all that's going on in our lives. If anyone out there is actually going to be attending the Manchester Pride parade on August 25th, it is 25th, right? I think so. Yeah. Saturday.
The march is, yeah.
The march is August 25th. Yeah. If everyone's going to be going, say hi if you see us there. We'll be the gross, sweaty messes just shambling along.
But we're also going to be at the actual Pride itself all weekend.
Yeah, but Hunty, this is not a meet and greet situation.
No, I'm just saying.
Not that anyone would want to meet and greet us. Anyway. Or greet my meet. That's what it should be, right? A greet my meet situation.
It would be fun if actually we did meet people.
It would be. As long as they are nice people, which I'm assuming everyone is. Who listens to us, but you don't know. Oh, and you know what? This sort of perfectly alludes to our story of today. We don't know who is listening online. We don't know who these people are who listen to us. We don't know who or what they could be. So if they come and say hello to us, we don't know. So as long as you're not a serial killer, come say hi.
Or maybe not now, I'm a bit worried.
Well, if that little tidbit didn't make you paranoid, this story of today certainly will. Before we get started, social media promotion. If you aren't already, you can go follow us on Twitter at MurderlandPod. And also you can go and like our Facebook page where we upload bundles of other good stuff. That's just Adventures in Murderland if you want to search for that. To be honest though, we're not super active on the actual podcast platforms. So if you also want to go and follow us on our personal social medias, mine is at It's Mike James. That'll be also in the show notes down below. And yours is...
Go on. You always put it on the show notes, so you should know.
At Alan Cassidy 2009.
That is correct.
Boom, bitch. Again, I also have a YouTube channel for anyone who doesn't know. And this particular one we're going to be talking about today, I do briefly mention it in one of my previous videos, but this is the full tea right now.
Don't you also stick rhinestones on your face as well on your YouTube channel?
Yeah, my YouTube channel might not be for everybody. So yeah, that'll also be in the show notes down below. So if you want to see what we actually look like, if you want to see us do stupid shit as well as talk about murders and other stupid things, then go subscribe. I'd very much like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so without further ado, let's jump straight into the grizzly. Over time, how we as people interact with each other has evolved exponentially with the evolution of communication technology. From basic telephones to personal computers and, of course, smartphones. And with each of these innovations, there's always been those out there who've discovered new and exciting ways in which for technology to enhance, arguably, our most primal of urges. Sex. There's no debating that websites and apps like Tinder, Grindr, and Plenty of Fish have forever changed the landscape of how we find both love and sex. But what happens when these tools are used to aid a more sinister appetite? After all, in the hands of a serial killer, an innocent enough dating app becomes an instantly accessible list of victims, most of which are willing to walk right to their door. This is the story of Stephen Port, aka the Grindr Killer.
I think I've heard this one before.
You might have heard this one before because, like I said, I did mention it. I did like a kind of a top 4. I did a little video about sort of online dating gone wrong, gone horribly wrong with the sort of the over the top titles that you put on YouTube. And this was definitely one of the ones that I featured in it briefly. Again, in the video, I sort of just touched a little bit on the tip of the iceberg of what happened, but in this one, we're going to go into the whole shebang and all the little grisly details. First off, I just want to give credit to someone on Reddit because I was trying to find a perfect sort of chronology of the events in the timeline of what happened with this, and I couldn't find it anywhere. Like, a lot of people were trying to, you know how I try and be creative with my storytelling and mix things up. A lot of people were doing that, which was great to read, but for me to try and understand where shit was, it just didn't work. So apologies if my attempts at that in the past have also caused confusion. I'm sure they have. But thank you to whatever this Reddit user's name was. I'm not particularly au fait with Reddit, so I couldn't find the username. I don't know how. But it's like on Unsolved Mysteries on Reddit. If you go look for Stephen Port, there's a huge big article there. Give it all the likes. Is that what you do? Kudos? Sounds like kudos, a MySpace. Yeah. Is it kudos? Really?
Kudos.
That's like from like MySpace bulletins, right?
Is it an upvote or something?
Upvotes, yes, not kudos. Kudos really was. It was from MySpace bulletins, right? Remember everyone used to have a fucking MySpace bulletin? And it was like, you would think you were the most important thing in the world by posting a MySpace bulletin. It was like the equivalent of like a Facebook status that you would click on, like the clickbaity headline, and then open up this huge blog type thing that people would post.
Yeah.
That would always be some sort of passive aggressive thing, and like a ex-boyfriend or something with some sort of Panic at the Disco quote. I don't know. I miss MySpace. But this is not about MySpace. It's about his space. I don't know where I was going with that. I really don't know where I was going with that. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's start with this. So Stephen Port was born on the 22nd of February 1975 in Southend-on-Sea. So we're in our native isle of Britain. Mm-hmm. When he was a year old, he moved to Dagenham, which I don't know where that is, where he grew up and his parents still live. He was described as being a loner at school. His neighbour, who was called Ryan apparently, described him as having a peculiar childlike personality, exhibiting odd behaviour as a fully grown man, such as playing with children's toys. I'm looking around around our apartment, and I'm just looking at all like the Legos and like Batman figurines and things that we've got, and
they are collector's items.
Yeah. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to diss Stephen. There's a lot we can diss him on, but this, I don't think this is one of them. We'd be hypocrites if we freaking did. It is kind of creepy, though. I mean, and especially like if people do go and watch my earlier YouTube videos when I used to film in the bedroom, where we have like Spider-Man bed sheets and like Sonic bed sheets, and then like a bunch of teddies.
You're not putting us in the best.
I know, but like it's just a fun. It's obviously for people who don't know, we are like very much into video games and sort of geekdom and superheroes and shit. So that's sort of what our place looks like. But I stopped filming in the bedroom because I realised that as a fully grown ass man sitting there, I've mentioned this to you before, but it brought back visions of when they found that little room in Michael Jackson's house. And like it was like I was like, fuck no, I can do without people trying to, making that connection. Do you know that I was sort of named after Michael Jackson, by the way? That's the reason why my mum always said that anyway, that I was named after Michael Jackson.
Yeah, you've told me that.
The association didn't really hold up that well over time, unfortunately. So yeah, back to Stephen. Fuck. So yeah, apart from still children's toys, he came out as gay in the mid-2000s. He lived alone in a flat in Barking in London and worked as a chef at a Stagecoach bus depot in West Ham. Would you like? That's literally all we're going to go through about his history, because that's all I could really find, and also
it's quite recent though.
It's pretty recent, all this stuff. So yeah. Right. I'll show you a picture of Stephen. If you lovely people, want to go across to our Facebook page, all the pictures that we talk about in the episodes will be on there. Sometimes there's not so many, sometimes there's no pictures at all, depending on the time frame we're looking at. But on this one, we've got quite a few, actually. So that's Stephen there as a kid.
Okay.
Seen the fucking glasses? Shit.
Yeah.
And this is 2000s, right? No, he would have been early. This is like 70s or something.
That would have been
right?
the 80s, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think he was born 1974.
He said 75.
75, yeah. So this is sort of 70s, maybe. I don't know.
No,
80s he would have been as a kid. But yeah, he looks like that.